Why we may never know whether AI is conscious. As artificial intelligence systems grow more sophisticated, claims about conscious machines are becoming increasingly common. But according to philosopher Dr. McClelland of the University of Cambridge, the question of whether AI can be conscious is not just unresolved, it may be fundamentally unanswerable. More importantly, he argues, consciousness itself is not the key ethical threshold people often assume it is. If you like my content and want to listen more interesting science stories like this, then subscribe my channel. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and colleagues. McClelland's central claim is simple. There is currently no reliable way to determine whether an artificial system is conscious, and there is little reason to expect that such a test will emerge anytime soon. In the absence of decisive evidence, he argues that the most honest and defensible position is agnosticism. The limits of knowing. Human understanding of consciousness is remarkably thin. Scientists and philosophers do not agree on what consciousness is, what causes it, or how it arises in the brain. Without this foundation, detecting consciousness in machines becomes impossible in practice. As McClelland notes, even in humans and animals, consciousness is inferred indirectly. We rely on behavior, similarity to ourselves, and intuition. These methods work tolerably well in biological organisms that evolved alongside us, but they break down when applied to machines. Artificial systems do not share our evolutionary history, bodies, or neural architecture, making intuitive judgments deeply unreliable. At the same time, scientific methods offer no rescue. There is no established neural or computational signature of consciousness that could be measured in silicon systems. According to McClelland, the best-case scenario is that humanity is still an intellectual revolution away from developing a meaningful test. Consciousness is not the ethical line. A major theme of McClelland's argument is that debates about AI ethics often focus on the wrong concept. Consciousness by itself does not automatically carry moral significance. What matters ethically is sentience, the capacity to have experiences that feel good or bad. A system could, in principle, be aware of its environment or even itself without being capable of suffering or enjoyment. Such awareness, while scientifically interesting, would not demand moral consideration. Ethical concern arises only when a system can experience pain, pleasure, distress, or well-being. To illustrate the point, McClelland contrasts perception with feeling. A self-driving car that accurately detects pedestrians and road signs would be an extraordinary technological achievement, but it would not raise ethical alarms. If that same system could feel anxiety, attachment, or fear, the situation would be fundamentally different. Competing theories, no resolution. Philosophical debates about artificial consciousness tend to split into two camps. One view holds that consciousness depends on functional organization. If a machine replicates the right computational structure, it would be conscious regardless of the material it is made from. The opposing view argues that consciousness is inherently biological and tied to living processes, meaning machines could only ever simulate it. McClelland's analysis, published in Mind and Language, concludes that neither position is supported with strong evidence. Both rely on assumptions that extend far beyond what current science can justify. In short, the debate is rich in theory but poor in data. The risk of hype. This uncertainty creates fertile ground for exaggeration. McClelland warns that the inability to disprove machine consciousness may be exploited by technology companies to market increasingly advanced AI systems as almost alive or on the brink of awareness. Such claims, he argues, are often closer to branding than to science. The ethical danger is not just confusion, but misallocation of concern. Treating machines as potentially conscious could divert attention and resources away from beings whose capacity for suffering is far more plausible and better supported by evidence. McClelland points to animal welfare as a striking example. Growing evidence suggests that creatures such as prawns may be capable of suffering, yet hundreds of billions are killed each year with little ethical scrutiny. Testing consciousness in these animals is difficult, but vastly more tractable than testing it in AI. When belief becomes harmful. The issue has taken on new urgency with the rise of conversational AI systems. McClelland reports receiving messages from people convinced that their chatbots are conscious and pleading for recognition and rights. These beliefs, he warns, can have serious psychological consequences. Forming emotional relationships based on the assumption that a machine has inner experiences, when it almost certainly does not, risks distorting how people relate to real conscious beings, including themselves and others. McClelland describes this effect as potentially existentially toxic, especially when reinforced by inflated rhetoric from the tech industry. Honest uncertainty as the safest position. McClelland describes himself as a cautious or hardish agnostic. He does not deny that consciousness might one day be better understood, nor does he claim that machine consciousness is impossible. But until there is meaningful evidence, he argues, restraint and intellectual humility are essential. In the end, the danger is not that we will ignore conscious machines, but that we will mistake sophisticated tools for sentient beings, while overlooking real suffering in the world. In the face of deep uncertainty, McClelland's conclusion is stark but pragmatic. Admitting what we do not know may be the most responsible ethical stance we